Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to St. Croix Valley League Baseball. It's a damp, cool, wet night here. June 13th, almost coming up on the longest day of the year, and it's 55 degrees. It's a light rain and wind out of the northeast. It's really not that nice tonight. I'm Kevin Westhouse along with Billy Jensen. And, Billy, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm nice and warm.
We got the
dry.
heater.
Yeah.
I almost pulled the heater and brought it home and put it back in the shed. I was just going to leave it here all season because you just don't know what that Wisconsin dials up for you. Let's go to our public address announcer, Scoreboard Steve, for the starting lineups. Trinity Church is their sponsor tonight. Starting lineups, here you go. First in Richmond Millers. Tommy Riggins, shortstop. Mark Albright. Max Kretovics. Jacob Hazapapadopoulos. Bennett Scribner. John Hazapopoulos. Dan Regsdale, a designated hitter. Second baseman Noah Toberman. Caleb Waldschmidt playing right field, and Brady Cunningham, Mr. C, will be on the bump for the Richmond Millers. So now you're fighting fish. I think this little shower is going to pass through, but Trey Larson. Chad Patko, his parents are in the house tonight celebrating their 38th anniversary. Lucas Lutke. Reagan Pinnow. Chase McQuaid. Weston Lombard. Caden Mueller. Batting ninth, playing left field, Austin Curdy. And on the mound, Kyle Fritz. In the Our Neighbor's Place is going to throw out the first pitch. Here she comes. Someone guide her out there. She's like, can I just walk through these guys here? Just go right ahead. There's an opening. Go for it.
Excuse me, fellas.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. That's a confident walk, though.
Yeah. Oh, she's a lefty.
Oh, that's a strike.
Oh, nice throw.
Real nice. She's going to be glad to get under some cover.
Yeah.
Man, it's nasty tonight.
That wind is blowing. That mic is really picking that up.
Yeah, here we go. There you go. Play ball. Let this shower roll through. We're going to tough it out tonight. On the mound tonight, Kyle Fritz for your River Falls Fighting Fish. You can see the rain dripping off that camera lens out there. Fish huddle up and get ready to go. Try to stay warm tonight. It's a cool one. Breezy and cool and wet. You can be thankful you're not camping. We have the exact same size crowd as the Chicago White Sox did their last home game. 211.
And it'll be better baseball.
And it would be better baseball. Kyle Fritz, old Iron Arm, is on the mound tonight. And we're going to take you around the horn defensively for the River Falls Fighting Fish. In 1 second, right here, let's do it. There it is on the mound. Kyle Fritz, the big left-hander, old Iron Arm. Maybe thrown to Chase McQuaid behind the dish. Over at first base would be Reagan Pinnow. Chad Patko will play second base tonight for the Fighting Fish. Trey Larson will be over at shortstop. Caden Mueller will play third base. Austin Curdy will be out in left field. Brian Giebel, the wise old owl, will be out in center field. And Weston Lombard will cover right field tonight for your River Falls Fighting Fish. Here's your defensive lineup for the Fish behind Kyle Fritz. Pretty good lineup, Bill.
I'd say. Yeah. Sounds like a big W to me. It's not baseball weather for the middle of June right now, is it?
Look at that shot right there. That's a lot of moisture on that camera.
That sure is, and the flags are blowing.
It's whipping. This is not nice.
No.
It's not nice.
I have to open the window for the heater meter.
Oh, dang it.
I know.
Here we go. Underway. Called a strike right down Hanson Drive, and Tommy Reagans looks at a strike, and it's play ball time. It is. Time is it? 7:26 early tonight. Why not, huh?
No doubt.
Start 4 minutes early. You know you got some crummy weather when you're starting 4 minutes early. Crummy weather. We haven't said that in a while.
Nope.
Followed right back up here over the grandstand area, and it's still 0-2. Chris Mueller's in the house. He goes, "Good evening, Kevin and Billy. It's wet out here. Beer will stay cold though." Well, come on up in the booth, Chris. We've got the heater going. It's literally 15 degrees warmer up here. Feel free. We got a spot for you if you want to come up. Bring a beer with you though. The pitch, ground ball right side. I'm over here messing around, and tags the base, and there's one down. Tommy Reagans grounds out to first base. Goes 3 unassisted. One down. Now we go to Mark Albright, the left fielder. Now I'm just going to turn that down. That's annoyingly windy.
Yeah, that is. That's a windiest day of the.
And it's blowing right at our mics. Yeah. Fouled up. Left side, short left field, hustling over, and not going to be able to get there is Austin Curdy out in left field. It falls harmlessly down for a strike. And another strike thrown by Kyle Fritz here in the early going. Yeah, that camera there's kind of disappointing with the rain on it. Did you bring your microfiber towel and a 37-foot ladder? You can get up there and fix that. Or we can wait for it to dry off. The pitch, ground ball. Second base, right side, gathered by Patko. Throws him out by 2 steps. Chad Patko. Boy, he does a nice job over there at second base, and Mark Albright grounds out to second. There's quickly 2 down. Now we go to Max Kredovics. It's Chad Patko's parents are in the house tonight. Their 38th wedding anniversary. How about that?
That's really cool.
Real
Congratulations.
Cool. Yes. I think Steve's going to get that in the PA at some point, too.
Yep.
Another ground ball, left side. That's foul.
38. Yeeks.
38 years.
Yep.
That's a good run.
That's a heck of a run. Chad was proud of them when he brought that news up to us.
He was. I don't think he's thrown a ball yet. Here's one.
Nope.
No, another strike. Not one ball this inning.
62-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
No balls and 2 strikes to first baseman Max Kredovics for the Richmond Millers. The pitch. Gats him up upstairs, and that's a lot of strikes, Bill.
Yep.
And gets Kredovics swinging, and it's quickly 3 up, 3 down for the Richmond Millers here at First National Bank at River Falls Field. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. 1/2 innings in the books. It is the Richmond Millers nothing, and your River Falls Fighting Fish coming to bat. Yeah, I hope all of you are nestled in at home or maybe at a establishment downtown. I don't know, but it's a lot warmer than it is here because it's not nice out. You can, like I said, just thank God you're not camping right now. That'd be a miserable day. You'd be debating whether or not to pack it up.
I bet it's 72 degrees at Johnny's.
Yeah, I bet it is. Hey, Corey.
Corey knows where to go. You want to go defensively?
Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. Defensively for the new Richmond Millers. Let's do that. I'm ready for you.
Okay, sounds good. There you go.
We'll bring that around right there. So defensively, Brady Cunningham will be on the mound tonight for New Richmond. He'll throw to John Hasapopoulos behind the dish. Max Kredovics will be over at first base. Noah Tuberman will play second base. Tommy Riggins will play shortstop. Bennett Scribner will play third base. Max Albright will play left field. Jacob Hasapopoulos will play center field. And Caleb Waldschmidt will play right field for the New Richmond Millers tonight. There's your defensive lineup for New Richmond. You happy with that? I'm happy with that. Nice work, Bill.
Thank you.
So we're going to have another special treat for you tonight. If you noticed on your scoreboard at home, how about some batting averages? Bill spent a little extra time doing that, and you can see here Brian Gable's leading off, hitting .325 on the season. That's a little next level there, Bill. Nice work.
Thank you. A lot of fun to put together.
Brian Gable, fish in their creams tonight. And yeah, there we go. Brian Gable left the black shoes at home tonight. He went with the white shoes to match the cream uniforms.
Corey paid rent, by the way.
He did. I see he's restocking.
Yep.
Restocking. Gable's in. We're in. Let's go. Bottom of inning 1. Center fielder Brian Gable looks at a frisbee thrown in there for strike 1. I want to welcome everybody aboard. Get up on the chat section. Say hello. Hit the like button. The 0-1. That one's outside. Brady Cunningham. Big crafty left-hander. There he is on the mound for New Richmond. I'll have to wait for these lenses to dry out there. Like I said, unless somebody wants to crawl up there, unless somebody brought a 20-foot step ladder and a microfiber towel, that's not clearing up right now until it dries.
Not for a bit.
There he is. Jeez, we might. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Hey, you want to do me a favor? You want to put those right in the refrigerator down there? That's outstanding. Mr. McQuaid is in the house bringing some refreshments for the crew.
He's the best in the
We're
business.
stocking up in there.
We are.
We mean business.
This might not be a good idea.
We mean business. Find room, would you?
We'll take care of it.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Brian Gable. The pitch. That's away, and Brian Gable will get himself a leadoff free pass. And we like the leadoff walks. Thank you very much, Mr. McQuaid. Now we go to Trey Larson with a runner at first base. There he is between the raindrops. We go to Trey Larson. Shows bunt, pulls back. I think the light rain is stopping. I looked at the radar. Just one little small stretch. A lot of it's going just north of here. So
we'll be good to go here in a little bit.
Should be good to go. Shows bunt, pulls back again. It's called a ball. It's 2-0 on Trey Larson. Trey hitting 366
Yes.
on the season. You would know that because it's right in front of you now at home. Is that nice, Bill?
Thank you.
Nice work.
His on-base percentage is .509.
That's really good, too, for number 2 hole hitter playing shortstop.
Mm-hmm. OPS at .972.
Having a nice season, as he does most seasons. The 3-0, he walked him. And back-to-back free passes here in the early going and filling up the live well already. We just got the fish guts out of him from the other night. They're filling her back up already.
Good job, Steve.
There you go. Patco celebrating 38th wedding anniversary. That was nice. Nice job, Steve. Patco's will appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Patco's in. He's having it. What is he hitting, Billy?
Patco is hitting 471.
Wow.
562 on base percentage and a 1190 OPS.
That's gaudy.
That is gaudy. Oh.
Hit to left field. Get down, ball. Oh, that's caught. Knee high. Throw back to second base. That's high. And backed up by the first baseman. So I thought that might get down in left field off the end of the bat by Patco, but nice catch out there in left field by Mark Albright. And Patco flies out to left for the first out of the inning. Now we go to Lucas Ludke, the mustache marauder.
Patco hit that well, though. I thought it was going to get down, too.
Mm-hmm.
But Albright did play that well.
There's one thing I don't understand with my cameras is, so this center field shot here never gets a raindrop on it, and it is the exact same encasement as the other ones.
Really?
Yes, but they get that. I don't know if it's the direction or what the deal is, but
you don't see one raindrop.
No, I never do on that camera.
Huh, that's interesting.
It is very interesting. I do not know why.
Lucas Luque hitting 468, and I think he's third on the team with 22 hits.
How many homers does Lucas have this year?
Oh, he has 1 so far. 20 RBIs.
Yeah, Daniel Roberts says, what was that pitch? That was a frisbee. Daniel, that was a frisbee. That was a whammo. That's what we call that, the 3-0.
Oof.
And didn't green light him. He said that's a ball. And on down to first goes Lucas, and now the live well's full. 3 walks, 3 runners on, bases loaded for Reagan Pinnow.
Reagan Pinnow is leading the team with a 487 average. His OPS is 1.280. Slugging percentage is 718. This kid can flat out rake.
Good opportunity for him here to add to his RBI total, which is
15.
15. A good chance to add to that right here with just 1 out, and bases are loaded here in the bottom of inning 1. That's away. 2-0.
Is he being cautious out there, Westy, or is he just having a hard time finding the groove?
I'll take the latter.
Gotcha.
Can't be too cautious with the bases loaded. You got to throw it in there. It's pitch to contact at some point.
At some point. Oof.
That's down now 3-0. No place to put him. Chase McQuaid waits on deck. His dad has already paid a visit to the booth. Brian McQuaid. He's paid his penance. We really appreciate his friendliness.
Oh, he's awesome.
That one is there. Now 3-1. The McQuaids are good people.
His kids are awesome. His wife is awesome. They're all good people.
Where's Chris Mueller? Where's he hiding at?
I don't know.
Come on up, Chris.
Stand up and do jumping jacks for us.
The 3-1.
Ooh.
That's called a strike as well. Now it's 3-2 on Reagan Pinnow. Bases juice. Live well's full. Let's pull the plug on that thing here, Reagan. Get one in the outfield somewhere, huh? The pitch. He walked him.
Yep.
And that's going to play to run. Fish take the early lead. 4 walks in the inning. Ouch.
That is ouch.
It's cold enough as a defensive player. When you stand around like that, it's not good.
No.
Base is still loaded now for Chase McQuaid. No little conference on the mound, an opportunity for us to do some early lip reading.
And close the window.
And close the window.
Like I'm complaining. I'm sitting up here. There's a heater. I've got a cold beer. Everything's like, this is heaven on earth. And they're all out there playing.
Right. I don't know. They got some smiles. They're smiling. I don't know what they're smiling about, but hey, they're having fun. How about that?
Because he's like, anyone else want to pitch? No.
Yeah.
No. How about you? No. Nope. You're doing fine. Chase, if he gets into one, this will be really exciting.
Wind is kind of blowing, kind of in or across from right to left. That wind isn't really a helpful wind, is it?
No, you're gonna have to get into one, aren't you?
Yeah, it's not blowing out. It's blowing kind of in from left, center, kind of from right to left a little bit. The pitch off the plate. Oh, called to strike.
Wow.
It's 0-1.
Mercy call. Chase McQuaid is hitting 400. He has a 431 on base percentage and a 1,054 OPS.
Softly hit left side. If that's fair, it's going to score a run, but it's foul. And all runners will return, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Chase McQuaid. That wind is coming from a really, really bad direction tonight for our on-field microphones. We'll keep that down.
Yeah.
It's blowing into the booth, like over the center field fence, coming right at us out of the northeast. A good old-fashioned noista. I think that was a Billy Joel song. The noista. Nor'easter.
Those mics pick up that wind incredibly well, don't they?
Too well.
Yeah, too well tonight, but normally they pick up the crowd noise really well.
We just got to turn down. 1 ball and 2 strikes on McQuaid. Cunningham delivers. That's just down low, now 2-2.
Chase has got 1 home run for the year. Be nice to add another one right now.
How about right now?
Don't think that's possible, but I can wish.
The 2-2 pitch to McQuaid. That's down. Pops away from the catcher. Thinking about plating a runner. Got a play at the plate. I think he's in there. Ooh. He is safe.
Yep. Trey Larson.
Good hustle by Trey. He's always hustling, though, and beats him to the dish, and Larson scores. 2-0 Fish. Runners advance to second and third, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Chase McQuaid. McQuade. Some public address announcers around the state call him.
Yep.
McQuade. That's a stretch, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's down. And how about another walk?
Is that 5?
If you're scoring along at home, 5. Now we go to Weston Lombard. So what's Weston hitting on the season today? I'm going to read it for you. 387.
Yes, sir.
Another visit to the mound, and that might be all for Mr. C. And Mr. Cunningham is done.
Looks like he's going to go.
So Weston's hitting 387. That's pretty good. I don't know if you think that's bad for his brand or not. I don't know.
That's for him to decide, right?
Him to decide that. So let's see who's in the game. Get you a number on this one. 40.
Number 40 is Caleb Walschmidt. He was in right field.
So Walschmidt.
I think they just switched spots.
Okay, so Cunningham went to right, and Waldschmidt is now pitching.
That's how I see it right now, Westy. I'll let you know if that changes.
Okay, we'll watch your score changer.
Yep, I've got it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris says you'd have to hit one 550 feet to make one out to left tonight. That's
right.
About accurate. You'd have to really get into one.
Hit 28 pitches, so they didn't have it early, and they said, let's make a switch before it gets out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Cunningham went to right at least. We'll see here in a second.
Seems like it. Wait till they break up the party, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Waldschmidt is in. You know what random thought I had today?
Nope.
Whoever decided to get rid of the trough urinals in a men's bathroom?
They used to have them at the Metro, remember?
They used to have them everywhere.
And they were awesome.
Like, this is going to sound sexist, but it's not meant to be. They must have had a woman on that committee to decide to remove those.
Because no man would do that.
No, right?
Well, if you're at Lambeau, then the sinks count too. But the troughs are
Right,
awesome.
right. I mean, yeah, right? What happened to the good old-fashioned ice pisser?
Yeah. And you could fit 50 people in there, so it was perfect.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so efficient. Now you can only get like 10 in a wall.
Right.
In long lines.
They are long lines.
Yeah, whoever decided like that was a good idea.
That is a random thought. But it's a good one.
Right?
Bad one, however you want to look at it.
One ball and no strikes to Weston Lombard. Fouled away. Now it's a ball and a strike to Weston, the left-hander. With bases still loaded, live well still full. Chance for the Fish to really put up a bigger crooked number here in the bottom of inning 1. One ball and one strike. That skips in there. Nice block.
Hey, West, if you're wondering, the Stalker Sport heater meter
Yeah.
does not go through glass.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yep, just in case you were wondering. So we might need to rely on your internal meter.
That's down. I am wondering, though, is it bad, speaking of urinals and stuff, is it bad if the guy next to you at the urinal compliments you on your watch?
Yes.
It's a little awkward.
Well, thank you, sir.
It's a little awkward. His plates are running on.
Was that your second random thought today?
I don't know why. I think I was standing in line somewhere.
Nice watch. What?
What? It's kind of confusing. It's like a mind jujitsu. You're not supposed to notice that.
No.
Not here.
Look
not
straight forward, sir.
The ball gets away. And the plate's another run. It's a sloppy inning here.
It sure is.
So Pinhouse scores. Did you ever have a guy compliment you on your watch?
The sad thing is no, never. So that's even more insulting.
Oh, we're off to a roaring start on a cool night.
We shouldn't have started drinking that early, I guess.
Got to have something entertaining. We got all these walks and pass balls. That one is there to Caden Mueller.
Do you have 2-1 or 1-1?
I have 1-1.
Okay.
But I'm looking at Steve's board. I'm sure he's accurate.
I think so. I had 2-1 first.
One ball and one strike. The pitch to Caden. That one is there. Now 1-2. We're at the 8th spot in the order. Fish have plated 4. They don't have a hit.
Caden's got to get one here for Chris.
How about it? Chris is in the house. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. That's jerked foul. Wow, he got in front of that breaking ball and hit that from almost behind him and hit it in. Hit that one over to the cemetery almost on the other side of the park. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball gets away. How about another one on a wild pitch? That'd be the 3rd one this inning. There it is. Good hustle by Chase McQuaid to score another one. Lombard over to 3rd, and it's 2-2 on Mueller. Time has been called, and we'll pause and reset it.
Feels like football weather, doesn't it?
It feels like it could be like a late September day.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, winter's just around the corner. The 2-2, that's low. 3-2. 3, 4, 5, 6 walks this inning.
Oofty.
3 pass balls,
5
and 5 runs on no hits.
No hits.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Ground ball.
Oh, nice.
That's past the third baseman, down into the corner. Mueller digging around first, into second base. Gets himself a stand-up RBI double. Caden Mueller shoots that right past third baseman, Bennett Scribner. And there's your first hit of the game. And Mueller's at second, and the Fish played another one. And now we go to Austin Curdy, the 9th batter to bat this inning for the Fish.
That was a nice hit.
Yeah, he hit that well. Just shot it right past Bennett Scribner at third base. I don't really think he had a chance at that.
I don't think so either. If he would have fielded it, it would have been a really tough play either at home or at first.
Austin Curdy was hitting .419 on the season.
Yes, sir.
The question now would be, does he have enough at-bats to qualify him for the to get in the batting title lead?
He's got 31 at-bats. He's got 38 plate appearances. So I don't know if he's quite there. In comparison, Patco has 51 at-bats.
Yeah, you might need 50 to 45 to get in maybe. I don't know.
It's got to be something like that.
Yeah. Chris Mueller says, I'll take that hit. Yeah,
Heck
what
yeah.
the heck? Heck yeah, that's a
nice
take
hit.
that. That's a nice double. Resounding double. The 0-2. Just misses on the outside corner. Really nice take there by Austin Curdy. It's 1-2. Yeah, I wonder if the urinal thing was a code thing. I don't know why, though.
Everything's changed.
Right?
Too many people giving compliments about watches.
Little jam sandwich hit to the right side. Gets trouble. Get down, ball. That is down. Hops in front of the right fielder. Runner's going to be able to advance to third. And a little grip tape single off the bat of Austin Curdy, and that'll help his average right there. Good effort out there in right field by, I think that was Brady Cunningham out there. Comes in, tries to make a play.
I think you're right.
And just falls in front of him. Now his runner's at the corners and one out. We go back to the top of the order now to Brian Giebel. So Giebel's in. Ball gets away. How about another pass ball run? That's the 4th this inning if you're scoring along at home.
Wowza.
Corey Brethel says, mind you jujitsu, that has to go up on the wall. Nice watch. That is mind jujitsu though. Like what did you just say? Like what? What? It's almost like a subtle come on in the bathroom.
Where you do not want one of them.
Right, no. I
guess it'd be worse if the guy next to you said, "Hey, do you like my watch?"
I think
what?
I think I subtly just like pulled my coat sleeve over the watch and went, mind your own business over there. Please look straight ahead.
And that's why the urinals are gone.
Right.
Or the troughs,
are
I mean.
gone.
Yeah,
that. 2 balls and no strikes. Let's close out that chapter tonight. That's hit well into left. Left fielder going back at the track, at the wall, looking up. Gone! Brian Giebel circling the bags. Touch 'em all! Mr. Giebel into a stiff wind here on a cold, blustery Friday night in River Falls. Atta baby.
Wow.
Put 2 more on the board. Yes, Brian Giebel. Atta baby. We said you got to get into one tonight to get one out of here. Brian Giebel said, hey, ain't no problem.
I can do that.
There it is. High five. Get him the trout. There it is. Brian Giebel. Atta baby.
That was a sweet swing, wasn't it?
You know what else that was? That was kind of a no-doubter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And we go to Trey Larson.
Mark Albright in left field was like, nah, I'm not even going to give it a try.
No, that was gone by quite a bit.
Yeah, it was. Man, he'd take that well.
Yeah, clap, clap, claps all the way around. Brian Giebel with 2 more home run here in the first. Wow. I didn't get my scorebook caught up here in a second. In a jiffy, the 0-1. That's called a strike. That was like, I'm getting cold strike.
By the way, that's Gable's first home run on the year.
Wow.
Yes.
Into a very stiff wind.
Right. Toughest night to hit one, and he tagged one.
Look out. That almost hit him, or did it hit him? I don't think so.
This is going to...
1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. 9. We're stuck on a Ferris Bueller right now.
9?
9 times. 9.
Look at the camera shot. Look at all the blankets.
A lot of blankets. A lot of people tucked up underneath the overhang. Looks like a March 11th game. Barrel's happy. Yeah. Clap, clap, claps all the way around the board. Brian Giebel. A very subdued crowd on a pretty monstrous home run.
Yeah.
They were too cold to clap.
Totally. I don't blame them.
They couldn't get their hands out of their mittens. The 2-2 flipped up right side. Foul, and that one is going to reach the seats. And, hey, if you're going to try to make a buck or two tonight, it'd be a great night to come down if you were a 10-year-old because your competition's limited. You can make yourself about $80 tonight chasing foul balls.
Right.
Yeah, very limited competition for foul balls at a buck apiece. I'd probably get in my bicycle and come on down. Right back up through the middle. Look at Trey Larson raking. Hit parade continues. Larson was with a walk and a single here in inning 1, and this is a nice start for the Fish.
I guess.
Is that the understatement of the week or what?
Yeah.
Now we go to Chad Patko. Patko has been the only out this game, and he's going to have a really good opportunity right here to make 2 outs in 1 inning.
And he hit it well.
He did. Blake Kredovic says, hot start for the Millers.
Well said.
Hey, Blake, you got a glove? Come on out. They could use you.
Yeah.
They're looking for a fresh arm.
As much as we're Fish fans, this is not how we want games to start.
I mean, it's 9-0, but not really that fun yet.
No, right. Yeah. And we want it to be good baseball.
Low and away. 3-0. Lucas Ludke.
Someone's going to the bullpen.
The last guy they have is headed down to the bullpen.
Doesn't look too excited about it.
No, 3-0. That's in there now, 3-1. Blake Kredovic, hot start for the Millers. I just want to say he needs to put on their sarcasm off. The 3-1.
Oh, that a boy.
Left side. Ooh. That's through. And Chad Patko with a nice solid single through on the left side. Shoots it past the shortstop. And Chad Patko continues to hit. His parents here for their 38th wedding anniversary tonight. He was really proud of that. Good to see for Patko.
He was talking about how much fun he's having playing for the Fish. He was up in the booth before the game, and you just tell he was having fun and excited to be on the team. Sure has brought a lot to this entire organization.
Oh, yeah. Very solid. He's a shortstop from Spooner, and now he's converted to a ball gets away, runners advance to second and third. He played shortstop for Spooner. Now he's up here playing second base, and I always said the older shortstops, when they slide over to second, it makes for a really, really good infield.
Yeah, good call.
Second and third now with 1 out for the 4-hole hitter, Lucas Ludke. Two and out. Find something you like here, Lucas. Right between the belly button and the belt. Square one up. Let's get 2 more on, huh? Inside, 3-0. I'd like to put up 2 more, and then we could hit the fast forward button to the 7th inning.
Mm-hmm.
How about Kyle Fritz's arm right now, though? Old iron arm. Probably getting stiff.
Yeah.
And Ludke's going to walk. Now we got a Reagan Pinnow. Pinnow, he walked and scored about 12 minutes ago. 59-footer hops in there. 1 ball and no strikes. Live well is full again. It's been full all night. Again, we've got Billy here watching for the DNR. We definitely have our limit.
Yep. We're going to get in trouble.
We are.
How do you feel as a player when you see a pitcher struggling like this, Kev? It's like, and you want to go up and tag one, but you got to almost feel bad for him too.
Oh, ground ball.
Ooh, nice.
To shortstop. That could be 2. To second for 1. On to first. That's into the rhubarb, and it's going to plate another run. Had a chance for 2. Threw it away. Another run scores. Patco scores, and Larson score. I'm going to talk about keeping fish. I have a little story about that, too.
Oh, good.
So Pinow's on. We got an out there at second. 2 outs. Fielder's choice. Now we go to Chase McQuaid. 11-0, the pitch. So my dad had a cottage on Lake Winneconne. It's connected to Butamore. It's connected to Winnebago. It is walleye heaven there. And a guy about 4 cottages down, he had a big cow tank down kind of by the lake. And he had a fresh input into the cow tank, and then it was an overflow out of the tank. And he kept walleyes that he caught in the tank. And that's really nice because, like, for dinner, right, you go fishing, you just catch your limit. But then you come home, instead of disposing of them, you put them in the live well in your backyard, basically, along Lake Winneconne. He probably had 50 in there at some time. Nice ones, right?
Wow.
Because they're all keepers. You had to,
Yeah, right.
But you want dinner or a fish fry, you go down there and you net a few out and eat them. Well, the DNR got wind of that. That did not go well.
I bet not.
That did not go well for Bud. That was his name.
And he wasn't doing anything wrong.
No, not really.
No.
But you can't farm the fish out of the lake.
He had already caught him. He
caught him. He earned them. He earned them. And each individually it was okay.
Ooh.
That hit him. But no, Bud got in a pinch on that deal.
Did they take him off to the pokey?
Nope. But he had to release him, and I think he had to pay a pretty good fine,
I bet he did. They don't mess around with that kind of stuff.
No. I don't think there was a warning on that because it was so egregious. Like, he had like 50 in there.
It's egregious and also innocent all at the same time.
At the same time, like, well, I could at least get a warning. I don't know. I guess you kind of know you can't do that, but it didn't feel wrong.
Right.
Because I caught these over a 2-month period. That. And it was so good. We used to like walk down to his cottage. It was like 5 doors down just to look at the fish.
You're right.
Like, dang, got a lot of nice walleyes in here. Ball gets away, and he says, "I'm not even going to go."
That's a good call.
Yeah, but you'd walk down there and you're like, geez, I never saw so many 25 to 29-inch walleyes in one spot in my life.
Wowza.
But then he had the water feed set up perfect, right? So it'd be fresh all the time. They'd be real active.
He worked hard to set that up.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice setup.
I bet.
It probably, the really funny part about that is this happened probably in 1991 or 2 when he got caught. I bet he had that from 1970 to 1990.
Right. I wonder how they caught wind of it.
Someone told on him, probably. Right. Or he saw the tank there.
Right.
Word gets around, right? Like, we were awestruck by the fish. I'm sure word gets around.
Yeah.
Bud's got a tank full of walleye. At the bar, he talks. Next thing you know, they come do a visit.
That's the whole adage of snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
All right, now we got a new pitcher here. We'll see what his number here is in just a second. Can you see it, Kevin?
Not yet. 25.
25. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me scroll through my little Rolodex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome.
Who do we have?
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
25 is Aaron Sorensen.
Aaron Sorensen.
That's an Ian. Excellent.
Aaron Sorensen in pitching for Caleb Walshman. I'm not sure where Caleb went, but
I'm not either. I think I'll try to tell here in a second.
I don't even want to give Bud's last name. It could be. I think he's passed now, but I don't want to incriminate his family.
They're still probably bitter about
I'll
it.
just say this: they owned a bowling alley in Waupun. And selfishly, I didn't like it when they drained the tank because we'd go down to his place on Friday night and have some dang good walleye fish fries.
Well, plus you also know he went out and worked at those.
Right.
So it wasn't like he didn't net them. He didn't, he wasn't spearing them.
No, you just saved them.
Right.
It's either put them in the freezer or keep them alive.
Right.
I think you can only have so many in your freezer too. Well, like in your possession.
Yeah.
There's a rule about that.
I'd like him to come in and check that out.
I know we got 12 in our possession right now, so the first inning. So heads up.
Yeah, totally. We're
heads
in
up.
big
Ball
trouble.
gets away. And I think usually you don't call off the dogs in the first inning,
but they have.
They kind of called off the dogs here in the first. Like, we're not even going to go on that.
No.
Like we could put up 30 in the first. What is the record?
I think I've got 78 pitches total. I mean.
That one is there. Now 1-1.
70s something. Yikes.
So, yeah, what seemed like an innocent good idea that probably lasted for 20 years, that was shut down. I always had good fresh walleye, though.
It's a brilliant idea.
And where their place was on Winneconne, when Walleye Weekend happened, the walleye fishing tournament, still not going. I know those boats would come out of Fond du Lac, so they'd have to come up to Winneconne. That was probably 35 miles, I bet, on the water. But those boats, there was a nice weed bed that we would jig in about 200 yards out from my dad's cottage, and there would be like 5 boats from the Walleye Weekend. They knew that spot, and they would come out there, and they would nail them. Or they could have went into Bud's fish tank.
And sold them. What size do you want?
Hey, how come that guy's fishing on land? That's hit to left field. Left fielder going back, still going back, does a little pirouette. And reaches up and makes the catch right in front of the River Falls Municipal Electric Utility sign out there in deep left field. Nice job out there in left field by Mark Albright to reel that in, and that will finally do it for the fish. Austin Curdy flies out to left field, but the fish bat around twice in the first inning. They sent 18 to the plate. They scored 12 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left after 1 inning of play from First National Bank at River Falls Field. Fish 12, Millers nothing. Thank you, sir. That's got to be slightly demoralizing.
I would think so. Well, it's taking the wind out of my sails even.
Gives us a lot of opportunities, though, for fishing stories.
Those are good ones.
In urinal stories.
Yeah, we'll skip those.
Yeah. So the Millers went 1, 2, 3 in the top of 1. They're going to send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Jacob Hazapopoulos, Bennett Scribner, and John Hazapopoulos against Fritzy.
And it looks like Henry Zimmerman's in left. Does it look like Henry out there?
Could be. Look at your...
And Austin Curdy is in center. So
popped up. Catcher giving chase and doesn't make it. So check your game changer and you tell me what's happening.
Okay, so we've got Eli Baker in as catcher.
Okay, Eli Baker.
Yep. And so he came in for chase.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. I got to catch up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have Henry Zimmerman out in left.
For Austin Curdy.
And actually Austin went into center, so Austin moved over for Brian Gable, and Henry went into left. So Henry technically came in for Gable.
Okay, so Henry Zimmerman. Oh, Henry. Hold on, I'm going to finish filling that out in a second. I might have to ask you for clarification again.
I will do that.
So Henry Zimmerman went to left. Is that what you said?
Yep. And then Austin Curdy went to center.
Austin Curdy went to center field. And he's gone. Strikeout? Hansapopoulos?
Yes.
Thank you. One down. Now we go to Bennett Scribner. Thank you. I was writing.
I figured
Cue shot foul.
I figured we'd have some of those.
The rain has stopped.
Yep.
I thought about also, we'll get to it in a little bit here as the game wears on, the 0-1. Ground ball, second base. Nice job out there on the outfield grass. Once again, Chad Patko, just a great second baseman for the River Falls Fighting Fish. Gathers that, and Scribner grounds out to second. There's two down. We go to John Hansapopoulos.
Patko reminds me of Terang, where Terang's a shortstop.
I like that.
So shortstop by trade.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously one of the best second basemen in the league.
That's a pretty good comparison, right? Patko's like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. I'd like to be compared to him.
Little jam sandwich hit to left field. That's going to be trouble. That could get down if that falls in there.
Yep.
And breaks up the no-hitter. Gets one in on the grip tape and kind of muscles one out into very short left field, about 2 feet from the foul line in no man's land. It's a 2-out single for John Hansapopoulos. He's on over there at first. So Hansapopoulos gets the first hit of the game for New Richmond. Dan Ragsdale, the designated hitter, is in now. I was thinking about, it's kind of related to Mrs. Kinkle because the neighboring property there was the Calls. And I was thinking about Mr. Call. And we're going to talk about that in a second, too, because I was thinking about that. Followed the way at the plate. When I was doing my lawn and how fussy I am, I cut the grass and you stand back and look at it. Well, he had a giant yard. Giant. And it was adjacent to Mrs. Kinkle. So it really, the balls didn't go from my yard into Mrs. Kinkle's yard. They went from Mr. Call's yard into Mrs. Kinkle's yard. But me and David Grams used to play baseball on the Call's yard. He would go out there and cut the grass. And it was a big yard. Probably took him 2-3 hours. But for a baseball player, it was heaven.
I bet.
And we'd go out there, and I remember a couple times he'd yell out his back door. He'd say, "Why don't you guys go play at the park?" I'm like, "I don't know, because you got a great lawn right here." Why would we? This is like, you got the thing mowed like center field. It's great. And me and David Graham would do best out of 500 ground balls on Mr. Call's lawn. And we would play there so much, we'd have the grass wore down to dirt. But I was thinking, my thought was, how patient was Mr. Call to allow us to play there all that time?
Totally.
Like, how did he allow that? Like, he suggested we go to the park, but he never demanded it.
Huh.
But I would not let the neighbor kids do that on my lawn.
You wouldn't even let them walk across
it,
let alone play ball on it.
No. So I know he's probably way long gone too, but the Call family, I just want to say now at this point in my life, 50 years later going, I don't know how you put up with that, but thank you.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Me and David Grams had a ball there. We had to have extra balls because it wouldn't have rolled into Mrs. Kinkle yards, which she kept. But Mr. Call had it was over a half a block long.
Huh.
Like deep, long, but it was great for playing baseball. Anyway, I understand his patience of how he let us young kids have the shenanigans on his lawn and tear it up, because it was a beautiful piece of work of art, and we appreciated it.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
and because you're right. Like, think of, he's got 2 kids out there. Playing nonstop and ruining his lawn.
After he just mowed it, and I'm sure he's proud of it and worked hard at it. And then we went out. We couldn't wait till he was done. As soon as, like, minutes after he's done, we're like out there, like, we got our fresh cut lawn. Let's go take grounders.
So is it Call?
Call.
So you have Mr. Call, who's awesome, and then you have Mrs. Snuffleupagus,
who's Mrs. Kinkle, Mrs. Snuffleupagus.
Right.
She was the opposite.
Right. She's crabby old lady who steals all your baseballs.
You're right. Now, me and David Grahams, we would do best out of 500 grounders. We're like 376 for 378.
They're I bet that was a lot of fun.
Oh, good memories.
Yeah.
We a lot of ground balls. And
that's why you were such a good baseball player.
We did best out of 500 like constantly. So here we go. Henry Zimmerman is in here in the second inning.
It's the second inning. Holy
wow,
Hannah.
Right? What is it?
What did you say that might be? What did you think it was?
Oh.
He's thinking there might be a 15
run rule for 6. Call the strike.
That would make sense.
Here comes, I think, Chris Mueller, I think.
Oh, really? Awesome.
It's a Chris Mueller sighting. Good. How are you? Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Great. How are you? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you didn't pick the best night for a game,
no,
Chris. It's good. That's what we were saying. Maybe some cocoa and some schnapps or something.
Some Fireball.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Henry Zimmerman. The pitch. Strike 3 looking, and the strike zone may have just gotten a little bit bigger. I don't know. They didn't even throw it around. When you're down 12-0, you don't throw it around, I guess.
Get back to work.
Zimmerman goes down looking. There's one down. Now we go to Trey Larson. So Trey, in the first inning, he walked and scored and singled and scored. Trey started out the season. What was he batting? Start the season?
Trey Larson was batting 366 to
366 to start the game today. Notched up just a notch with the 1-for-1. That's called a strike. I think the strike zone just got a little bit bigger.
I think so, too. Now slow pitch softball strike zone.
It's cold. It's wet. It's 12-0.
In the second.
In the second. You better be swinging. That's definitely a ball. It was good to see Caden with a nice resounding double down the left field line. Shot that right down into the corner. That was good. Popped up on the infield. First baseman calling in foul territory, dodging raindrops, and makes the catch. Nice job over there by first baseman Max Kretovics. I was going to call him Kretovics. So you been up here before or not? Yeah. Have you seen this? Oh, yeah, seen this. That's new, though, since you've been here. Kind of keep an eye on that right there. Good look at the pitch. That's a little jam shot. Hit to right field. Right fielder going back, still going back. And makes the catch. Hey, was that a 1-2-3 inning?
It was.
A little bit of a Bronx cheer maybe from the crowd. So he tries out there, and we get an F9. 3 up, 3 down for the. After they send 18 to the plate in inning 1, they send 3 to the plate here in inning 2. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. 2 in the books now. It's 12-0 Fish. Hi, I'm Kevin. Hi, nice to meet you. The Miller Latte tonight. Yeah, so now we have that. We were even putting batting averages up tonight on there. So that was a hot tip, Chris. You took this whole thing up a notch. Because we were like, I don't know, how's he getting that? How's he getting that? Right, now we've ramped it up a whole bunch of notches now. Thanks to Chris Mueller.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 8, 9, and 1. Let me see where I'm at here. There we go. No balls and a strike on Noah Toberman, the second baseman. The pitch from Fritzy, flown up on the infield. Trey Larson glides over and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down for New Richmond. Here in inning 3. So fly out to short. 1 down. Now we go to Caleb Waldschmidt. Where's Caleb playing now? Do we know that answer, Bill?
No. I think I have him. Hold on here a second.
Yeah, we can hold. That one's on the corner, called a strike. A ball and a strike now off the arm of Kyle Fritz.
It shows him as designated hitter.
Okay,
on
so
Game Changer, so
that could very well be.
Yep.
Look out, high and tight, 2-1. Yeah, I would say it's tough. The old iron arm, Kyle Fritz, he's got an iron arm, but you bat for 37 minutes, that arm gets cold and tight.
Mm-hmm.
But then you throw in a big yacker like that, it's 2-2. He's fine.
And I've got him at 21 pitches in the 3rd inning, so
yeah,
he hasn't really had to stay all that long.
How about another one? Old Uncle Charlie drops in there.
What do you have?
Yeah, these are all of our. So we go here like we're trying to describe a pitch. We go over here. That was Old Uncle Charlie, back ankle brankler, airbender, slurve. We'll see what this one is right here. Let's go to the chart. That's cheese right there. Right there, he is just pumping cheddar. We got that on here somewhere. Hold on. Let me see. Here, pumping cheddar. That's what he's doing right there. You can add them too. So we have a pen. So if you think of something we don't have, a soup and a slider. That's like if you're ordering entrees right there.
That's a daily special.
This is the daily special right here. So 2 down. Go back to the top of the order. Tommy Riggins grounded out to first to start this game. That was about what? How long ago?
Feels like a few hours.
Almost an hour ago already. Flown up, foul. Third baseman calling. Mueller's got it in foul territory. Caden Mueller, that's no sweat for him. The kid over there ranges over, just yawns before he caught that. Like, that's nothing. Reels that one in. And Riggins flies out to third in foul territory, and that will do it for the Richmond Millers here in the 3rd. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. 2.5 in the books is still 1 dozen for the good guys. Millers, nothing. I didn't hear the question.
I didn't either.
I only heard the answers.
I'll say Robin Yount just because.
Ooh.
And it's tasty.
It's very tasty. I got to get going on these.
Hopefully it goes 9.
Right. So due up for the Fish here in the bottom of inning 3. Ludke, Pinau, and Eli Baker, I believe. He was on my bingo card.
That's who I have as well.
Okay. I see a 28 getting loose there.
You do?
Yes. 26. No, it's 28.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Who's he? Maybe coming in for Reagan?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. The Mustache Marauder leading off here for the Fish.
28 is Reagan.
Is Reagan Pinau. Okay, there we go. Lucas Ludke walked twice.
Ooh.
Hit that one down into the right field corner. And he's thinking about 2. The Mustache Marauder digging in. How about 3, Lucas? Nope, he's good at 2. Coefficient of friction is very low on this wet turf. Almost slides past the base, but digs in for a leadoff double. Shoots that right past the first baseman. And Lucas Ludke is 1 for 1 tonight. He's been on 3 times. And that'll help his average. It's just climbing the charts like a Casey Kasem top 40 hit.
That was a nice rip right down first baseline.
Runner at second. That ball gets away, and on down to third will trot Lucas Ludke. There he is. He's at third with nobody out. Reagan, good opportunity here for Reagan Pinnow. Reagan started the game hitting
447.
447.
487, I'm sorry.
487.
Yep.
That's really good. And Pinnow today, he's 0 for 1 with a walk, and he scored twice. He reached on a fielder's choice once. That's called a strike. That little frisbee comes in there. It's 2-1. Just get one in play here, and we can go to a baker's dozen. Hammered right back at the third baseman. Shortstop, that's through. Just past the shortstop, and Pinnow gets himself an RBI single, and that'll help the average. He's 1 for 2, so he'll be up to about 490.
Oof. That was a heck of a shot there, too.
Plates Ludke from third. Now we go to Elijah Baker. Eli Baker, the candlestick maker. He's in. Ball gets away, and Pinnow's going to say, I'll stay right here.
Eli's only hitting $125, but he's only got 16 at bat, so needs to improve his average here.
Yeah, we put that 125 average up there. He's going to lose about $180 in NIL money.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get that thing over the Mendoza line.
Yep, I won't put his brand up there.
No. High and tight. Now 3-0.
Speaking of brand, Weston's
on deck.
Mm-hmm. The human brand.
He's a walking brand.
Ooh.
I'd like to see him be the first fish to get over $100 in NIL money. That'd be good. Get himself a free bowl of soup down at the corner restaurant.
Walked him.
Yeah, what's the really good breakfast spot downtown? Why can't I think of it?
The Table on Main?
Yeah, I think he should get like the Table on Main on his sleeve. You know, NIL. He gets it every time he gets a hit. He gets a free bowl of soup. 1 ball and no strikes.
I'd do that. I'd do that deal.
Right. Chopper right side. You're going to go 1.
Ooh.
They'll just get him on a 4-3 ground out. So runners do advance to second and third. Lumbar's out on a grounder to second. There's 1 out. And now we go to Caden Mueller. Mueller's 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. What did he start the game at today? I think he's up in the 4s, isn't he?
429.
429. Now a high pop-up, short right field. Right fielder calling, still calling, and makes the catch. That's not going to be deep enough to get the run in, so no ribby there for Caden. And flies out to short right field. There's now 2 down, and it's going to be up to Austin Curdy. Just not deep enough.
Nope.
Now we're going to go to Austin Curdy.
Just got underneath that just a little bit.
Who's now out in center field. Ground ball right side. Second baseman gathers it on to first. Got him by 4 steps. So Curdy grounds out to second, and that will do it for the Fish here in inning 3. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left after 3 complete now from First National Bank at River Falls Field. Fish with a baker's dozen, 13. Millers, nothing. Yeah, right. It's a little warmer up in the booth, isn't it?
It is.
They got that heater going. It ticks about 10 degrees off. Adds 10 degrees on.
I think we've got a couple of changes here, Westy, but I'll get them to you as we go.
Defensively?
Yes, sir.
Grandpa Dick Mueller watching from Oshkosh tonight, possibly? And we got to have him on here. Grandpa Dick, welcome aboard. Caden got himself a nice double tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. So his average is still climbing. So 2 spot in the order, Mark Albright.
The 2 changes I have, Westy, is Patco went over to shortstop, and then Ben Johnson came in on second.
Okay, so I wonder who he came in for.
I would say that Trey Larson. He probably came in for Trey Larson. And then
flowing up,
spot.
Right side out in Devil's Triangle, but right fielder Weston Lombard ranges in and makes the catch. No sweat out there for Weston Lombard. And Mark Albright flies out to right. There's 1 down. So I was trying to get that as you were talking.
Sorry.
So tell me who went to second base again.
Ben Johnson went to second.
And I wonder, you said who he came in for?
He came in for Trey Larson.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Okay.
So Benny Johnson. Benny and the Jets came in at second. He's playing second base now.
Ooh. That kid's got some wheels over there.
Mueller. With some range. Just ran out of real estate. Couldn't get there. 36 pitches for Kyle Fritz, pretty efficient. Jammed up right field. Heading over foul territory.
Ooh.
And nobody's going to get there. I don't want to be too hard on Benny Johnson, but Chad Patco would have got that.
Patco almost still did.
He almost still did from shortstop.
That's okay. Ben will get the next one.
He'll get the next one. He was actually, I don't know if he would have or not, but it's just fun because we like Patco. We like Benny, too. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball.
Ooh.
First baseman gobbles it and steps on his sack over there. Nice job.
Real nice job.
Reagan. Who's that? Is that
it's still Pino? Yep.
Pino over there at first base. Reagan Pino. That just went right over the bag. Nice play by Pino to snag that. It goes 3 unassisted. There's 2 outs. Now we go to Jacob Hasapopoulos. Snuffleupagus.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Papadopoulos.
Come on, where's that? At 13-0, 1 ball and no strikes. 4 spot in the order. Hasapopoulos struck out his first time up. That one's flown up. Right here behind the plate, giving chase. Got some room and runs out of room. And the ball gets stuck up there on the net.
Aha.
There it is.
I'll get that when I clean the camera lens.
There it is, right there. Look at that on your screen. There it is.
That's a good shot of that, Westy.
Somebody come up and bring their 35-foot ladder. You can go get that. It's $1 hanging there. Wait till we tell Trevor Gutting's dad that's $1. He'd be climbing that net. He's sitting right in front of us. Fouled away at the plate. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. 4 spot in the order. Jacob Hasapopoulos struck out swinging his first time up. Kyle Fritz being pretty efficient. 42 pitches thus far. This would be pitch 43 on the evening. On a cool, crisp night. Wind kind of laying down a little bit. The rain has stopped, but it's not that nice. The 2-2. Swings through it, gathers it, got to go 1. Got him.
Nice step and throw.
Nice step and throw by catcher Elijah Baker. Getting it done. And strikeout. Then it goes 2-3 for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down once again for the New Richmond Millers. They send 3 to the plate. They get no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. 3.5 now in the books from First National Bank at River Falls Field. 13-0 Fish.
Sorensen's still coming out on the mound, so hope that kid's going to get $1 if he is successful.
Well, he's on the wrong side of the fence though. Here, we'll watch this right here. Watch this charade. Watch this shenanigan right here. He's not going to get the dollar, though. He's trying to get that ball off of there.
Maybe he'll get 50 cents for the effort.
Come on, get a little better effort than that. Come on, just let the big dog eat. Just go, underhand it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, kid.
You're almost there.
Oh, he brings his sister over. Look at her. Watch this whip.
She overhands it. Oh, Hannah.
Yeah.
She's like, I got this. Let me put my phone down.
Just go underhand. If you want underhand, you could just jam it right up there. Oh, almost got it. I think we got a thing going on here now.
Chris, if you give me a boost, I'll go get the. There
it is.
Oh.
Yay. Get her $1. There you go. Nice work.
And take it from her brother for a poor effort.
Yeah, girl power right there. She did a good job.
Nope.
She says, get out of the way. Let me get that. All right, here we go. Henry Zimmerman leading off. To lead it off, he's top of the order. Zimmerman, Ben Johnson, and Chad Patko are due up here for the Fish in the bottom of inning 4. That slide piece is away. 1 ball and no strikes. This isn't a bad spot to watch a game, is it? It's warmer, and it's warmer. 2-0. I know Bill hogs the heater down there.
I'm sorry.
Ground ball, right side. Gathered it, and sorry my camera got there late because I was in the dugout, but first baseman gets that, and there's 1 out. So Zimmerman is a soft ground out to the first baseman. 1 out. Now we go to Benny Johnson. The wind still whipping around out there. Northeast wind. June 13th feels like March 11th. Can you imagine though? Like you made a reservation at the state park, like at 12:04 a.m. on January 2nd.
Right.
January 1st, you're like, you can't wait for this week. You get the StarCraft pop-up camper out to the state park.
The middle of June? It's going to be beautiful.
You get deep in the woods and it's rained for 4 days straight, and you're all miserable. You played every card game you have in the camper 85 times. The wood is all wet. The kids are ornery. You're debating right now on a Friday night. Should we just pack it up tomorrow morning?
The hot dog buns are soggy.
There are many conversations going on deep in the woods right now. Should we just pack it up?
You realize you don't like your family.
I'll sleep in the car with the heater on. I heard that one too. Ground ball, left side. Third baseman gathers it on to first. Low throw. That's into Mrs. Kinkle's yard, and that is headed down to second base on an error on the second baseman, on the third baseman on the throw. It's going to be a solid E5, and Benny Johnson reaches on an error. Now we go to Chad Patko. No, that's too bad though, right? You're thinking, June, second week of June, that'll be safe. That should be nice.
Can't go wrong.
I might just pack maybe a sweatshirt and 1 pair of jeans. It will be good. And, everything's wet. Popped up. Straight up to shoot. Patko's not happy. First baseman calling it. That's a major league infield pop-up there off the bat of Patko. And he's out. And he don't like it. And there's 2 down. Fly out to first.
We've got Andy Metcalf coming in.
So now we go to Andy Metcalf for Lucas Ludke.
Yes, sir.
So Andy Metcalf is in. Yeah, I mean, you go up to the lake, you bring the boat. You haven't even gotten the boat out yet. You're hoping tomorrow. And Metcalf with a nice single into right center field. I hadn't thought about scoring a run. Because it's 13-0, they didn't score him, and Metcalf's like, hey.
Where's my ribby?
Where's my ribby? Nice hit by Metcalf into right field. Goes the other way with a pitch. Runners at the corners. Now we go to Reagan Pinnow.
Metcalf was hitting 350 before that, so he's having a good year.
Real good. Leroy Larson says, after 18 holes for the Legion tournament today. Home thawing out. Glad you guys are warming up, warming the home bodies up. Well, good. That's hit to right field. Get down, ball. That is down and into the corner. One run has been plated. Runner digging into third, and they're going to hold up the runner at third base. But really nice double off the bat of Reagan Pinnow, and his average is still climbing like a Casey Kasem top 40 hit. And he's could be in the top 10 right now.
Well, he's at 47 to start, and he's got 2 hits today, right?
Yeah. You said 447 to
487.
He's
got to be close to 500.
Well, he's getting close.
Yeah, maybe not there, but close. That's impressive.
Real impressive. Another run plated. Now we go to Elijah Baker. I got to get on Elijah there. There we go. That's who's up now, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball left side. That's through. And Baker with an RBI single on into left field. Sees a fastball he likes on the inside half and pulls one right past the third baseman and gets himself a 2-out ribby. Tack another one on for the Fish.
Dang.
Runner still at the corners. And now we'll go to Weston Lombard. Mm-hmm. Oh, was it hot?
We woke up in Arizona.
Oh, 19. 19. Wow. So we're talking about camping, and Chris Mueller says they were camping in Arizona. It was 19 when they woke up. You can see her breath. Holy buckets. Ball gets by the catcher, and another run will plate on another pass ball. That's like the 6th pass ball run tonight.
And by afternoon, they got about 47 degrees, 50 mile an hour straight.
Huh. We were talking about Arizona weather earlier. We were saying, I don't know how long could you withstand 120 degrees. That's what we were.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think it'd be 19 either.
19, no, that's the extremes, right? Woo. Well, that's cold.
Who would have thunk it?
But I can tell you, Northwoods camping, wet and 41, feels like 19.
Yeah, below. Especially because you can't ever dry out. Then.
No, you're in the woods, and your sun never even hits your campsite. The sun never comes out. The ball gets away from the catcher. And on down to third. Hustles Elijah Baker. No, cold in outdoors is not good. You can kind of endure the heat, but cold, man, not good.
Cold and wet is bad.
That's a bad combo.
Yep. That has.
And then all the humans you're with just get ornery. You're fighting about stuff you shouldn't be fighting about. And down goes Weston Lombard looking.
That's not good for your brand.
Weston, you got to be swinging that. Give him a little bit of a hard time. And the Fish go down, but not before they plate 3 more runs on 3 more hits. There was an error and 1 left. After 4 in the books now from First National Bank and River Falls Field, it's 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions for the Fish, up 16-0. The energy levels aren't great right now in the Miller dugout.
No.
This guy right here. Let's look at this guy right here. He's this guy right here. Let's get over to this guy right here.
This sucks. That's what his bubble above his head says.
Let's everybody at home. What is it? What's a bubble above his head say right now? He's debating retirement right now.
Right. Fun. They said this would be fun.
He's thinking right now, I hope my girlfriend's still there when I get home. I told her this was going to be good. It was going to be worth it. And right now he's thinking, ooh, maybe I should have stayed home.
Okay, so we've got new pitcher here, brother.
All right, who we got?
Hold on 1 second. We've got Matty Bacon on the mound.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then we also have a new center fielder.
So Maddie, help me get this first. Maddie Bacon pitching for
Yep, for Fritzy.
Okay, Matt Bacon.
And then we've got
and who's out in center?
Hold on one second.
Yeah, okay.
We have Eli Condon out in center.
For Henry Zimmerman.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you in a second.
Eli Condon's in center. Maybe Zimmerman went somewhere else. I don't.
Zimmerman went to left.
Okay.
And so I think he came in for Austin Curdy.
Okay. Hey, see you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks for the beverage. Eli Curtin went in for
Eli Condon went in for
Curdy.
And then Zimmerman moved over to left.
So Condon's in center.
Mm-hmm.
And Zimmerman went to
we're on
left.
top of it tonight, my boy.
Not bad. Not bad. All right, Matty Bacon, 1 ball and 1 strike on Bennett Scribner. We had guests in the booth.
Yeah.
So it's a mild distraction there, but we worked through that. They were very nice. Good to see Chris Mueller. And guest, it was good.
Sorry about that. Yes, it was great. And thank you for the beverage.
Thank you very much. It's good to see him in person.
I know it is.
Our member of Legion of Loyal Listeners.
One of the best.
Mm-hmm. 2 balls and a strike. The 3-1. Ground ball. To third. On to first. Throws a strike. Nice job, Caden Mueller. Getting her done over there again. Gets Bennett Scribner on the ground out to third. There's 1 down. John Hazapopoulos in now.
Sorry.
You're good. You have a lot of gear over there. You've got
do.
your radar gun. You've got your binoculars. You've got Game Changer. You've got books and scorecards and phones.
Right.
Looks like pro setup over there.
It is.
Pro.
And a beverage.
And a bevy. Don't spill that.
I never drop that. Ever.
1 ball, 1 strike. Your scoreboard is correct. That's 16. Softly hit. Left side. Gathered on the first.
Bacon.
Matty Bacon hops off the mound and makes a nice play to first. And that goes pitcher to first baseman. 2 outs. Let me go to Dan Ragsdale. Ragsdale's in. 2 in the bucket. Matty Bacon getting it done. To short. That's
Patco. Oh, I thought he was going to get it.
Chad Patco with some range. You saw him dive for that. Just couldn't quite get it. In a 2-out single for Ragsdale.
He's mad.
He is mad. He's like, I should have had that.
For my mom and dad who are in the stands. On
Right. 38th
wedding anniversary.
Correct.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. That was a heck of an effort, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to come up with it.
That's down. Runner does go. And on into second base. Hustles Ragsdale. They're looking to get a run. Get off the bagel. Ground ball to third. That's Patco gathers it, tries to throw across, not in time.
Wow. That was a lot closer than you thought it would have been.
Right. Patco went a country mile. Look at Patco returning. He was almost in foul territory when he threw that. So shortstop Patco ranges all the way over, almost in foul territory. I can't believe he threw that and almost got the runner. That's an infield single. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs for 9-hole hitter Waldschmidt.
That was a nice scoop by Pinow, too, but that was even to get it close to That was, he only got him by or missed it by a step.
Right. That was ended up being way closer than I thought. I'm with you on that. That one's there. Nice job. Matty Bacon comes in, throw strikes, huh?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about you today, Kevin, when I was watching the Coastal Carolina game, Arizona. They were talking about the Coastal Carolina team. They end every practice with 100 bunts.
Yeah, bunt practice.
Yep.
Fouled away at the plate. Runner will have to return. And that was my son's college team at Cal State.
Yeah.
Chico, they bunt practice. It was an hour.
Every game or every practice.
It said you'll have 6-10 games a year that are won or lost by one run, and then it comes down to bunting.
Yep.
Swings through that, and Matty Bacon gets the big strikeout. How about some high fives all the way around into the dugout for Matty Bacon? Gets Walschmidt swinging, and that'll do it. They hold the Richmond Millers scoreless here in the fifth. They do get 2 hits, though. They get no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 4.5 in the books from First National Bank at River Falls Field. It's 16-0 Fish. And that's, we talk about that too, like in Major League Baseball, bunting a little bit of a lost art, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to ask a major leaguer to bunt sometimes.
It's not, doesn't sell tickets.
No, it doesn't.
It's a home run league now.
Yeah.
So as a traditionalist, boy, you got to bunt. Like extra innings, I just can't believe when you get a guy in second base that it's not an automatic bunt situation.
Yeah, those prima donnas are hard to convince of that, but it sure is nice to see high-level D1s are still
bunting.
They're still bunting.
No, it's a great time of the year for baseball. That college baseball World Series. I'm going to probably be out in the barn a little bit this weekend, and
really,
and yeah, if you're in the neighborhood watching some college baseball, it'll be on.
Would you have anything to drink, perhaps?
I have some stuff there.
Okay.
I have.
All right.
There's a full bar. You've seen it.
It's the best bar in River Falls.
You've seen it. Caden Mueller. Then we go to Eli Condon, I believe, and then back to the top of the order to Henry Zimmerman is what I have, but that's all subject to change.
That I think you are correct.
Thanks to Billy Jensen, who's really on top of it tonight.
We've added a little technology to help.
Hey, Chris Mueller, there's your close-up of Caden. That's a pretty good look right there. That's Major League.
That is a good look.
All right, here we go. We're going to find out if it's 15 after 5.
We are right now.
Well, yeah, we would have ended.
Good point,
It's a good point, Steve. Thank you.
Steve, you're so smart.
Yeah, my scorecard's kind of
Garbled.
janky, so
Oh, man.
I forgot we're in the 5th.
Yeah. You got a lot of stuff going on over there.
Well, you know, when you have to cross out innings and add innings and 18 batters in one inning, it's not symmetrical. I'll just say that. We've lost the symmetry on the scorecard.
And you do it with a red pen, which I'll never understand.
No errors, please. You get one chance. It's easier on a glance. The red pen just kind of stands out, and Caden Miller strikes out looking.
Chris is going to give you the business for that one.
He doesn't like it, but the strike zone is a little bit wider in his defense.
It is. And
one
it's been
down.
changing.
Now we go to Eli Condon, I believe, huh?
Yes, sir.
So Condon's in. That's called a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 9 spot in the order. We're going to go back to the top of the order after this. I think we're going to go to Henry Zimmerman, who came in for Brian Giebel. Ooh. It's good to see some of these young bucks get a chance tonight on a cool, wet night. Yeah, smallest crowd of the year, but understandable.
Yeah, no doubt. But there's still some loyal followers here.
Oh, yeah. Swings through it. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Eli Condon. And then when I left the house, I'm like, hey, maybe you want to put the heat on. It's cool. It'd be good sleeping weather, though, if you can tough it out till then. Check swing. Gets a piece. Fouled away.
This is only Eli's 3rd at bat of the season. So it's nice to see him get some playing time.
1 and 2 on Eli.
Great high school player.
Yeah. Good kid. The 1-2 pitch. Frisbee.
Oh,
Got him.
That buckled his knees.
That was an absolute whammo.
That was a whammo. Eli, we're going to have to work on that one, son.
There's 2 down, and now we go back to the top of the order to Henry Zimmerman.
You could see his knees giving out on that one.
The Millers are not throwing it around to strikeout. Probably wise.
Yeah.
It's just one of those unwritten rules. If you get down by more than 10, we're not throwing it around.
Well, it's a little tit for tat too for they're holding them on third and not scoring on pass balls and stuff. So the Fish are doing it right.
It's courteous.
Mm-hmm.
Chopper
rules.
right side.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough.
Tough play. Gathers it. Hey, nice cover.
Ooh.
Nice cover over there. Nice job by the pitcher. I think that's Aaron Sorensen who covers the bag.
Yep.
Gets Zimmerman on a 3-1 ground out, and that'll do it for the Fish in the 5th. They send just 3 to the plate. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. 5 in the books. We're going to the 6th. It's 16-0 Fish. Matty Bacon going to get another crack at it here for the Fish in inning 6. Did a nice job in the 5th.
Yep.
Threw a lot of strikes, held them scoreless. Yeah, I got the grass. Hope it stays dry enough tomorrow or I can cut the lawn. It is going to be so nice. I'm going to probably go over it 2-3 times.
You want me to bring the scissors over?
I'll bring the scissors on the edges. It's going to look really good if the sun comes out.
If I bring a bag of fertilizer, will you make me a drink?
I will. Come stop on in. So we did talk about, we didn't have it on our schedule to do the game tomorrow night, but we'll see. I think there's a I said we penciled it in with our number 2 lead pencil.
It's 50-50.
We might do the game tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know, the boating plans have been put on hold.
Mm-hmm. You can only mow your lawn so many times.
You can only mow your lawn so many times.
But you got to check with your wife because she hasn't seen you for
right. So she may have
since
plans.
April.
So
no. February.
No, I'm busy every season.
Right.
So we may have plans. I don't know. If not, we might do the game. So stay tuned. Watch the YouTube channel. See if we're going to be on.
Stay tuned.
It's a non-conference game against
Stillwater Loggers.
Stillwater Loggers.
Hey, I was going to ask you about how did the Millers get their name?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to go over that. Let's do that in a second. So the Richmond Millers. So you think it's from the bug. It's not. The Richmond Millers. Let me go over this for you a second here. The pitch. That's down.
Ooh.
You called the strike?
Yep. Just caught it.
So the Richmond Millers, they were settled by Hiram Foster, and he started a sawmill. Hence the name the Millers, from this milling. It began as Foster's Way. Ground ball to second, gathered on to first. Nice play out there by second baseman Benny Johnson to retire Tommy Riggins for the first out. And there's 1 down. So I'm going to go back to this here for you. So it began as Foster's Way, but Richmond Way surveyed and plotted the land. There was already a town named Richmond. So the town brass named their city New Richmond. So how about that?
That's excellent.
And the Millers after the sawmill. So what happened there? Because I was reading that little bit.
I popped up to the third baseman.
Okay.
Little
fly to third.
Yep.
2 down. Now we go to Max Kredovic's 3 spot in the order.
I like that it was a sawmill.
It's a sawmill. So it's the Millers as in milling, not as in a moth.
Or a flour mill.
A flour mill. Let's hit back up through the middle, and that's down 2-out single wrapped up through the middle. Nice piece of hitting there by Kratovics, and he's got himself a knock with 2 outs. Now we go to Jacob Hasapopoulos. I just assumed it was like the Miller moth.
Mm-hmm. Whenever I hear that, I always think it's either sawmill or a flour mill, especially being in Minneapolis and stuff. So you always kind of, because the Minneapolis Millers were for the flour mill.
Ground ball passed wide of third. it's 0-1. But yeah, it's from Milling, and then Richmond was already taken, so they said, well, bugaboo that. We'll just call it New Richmond then.
Which is way better.
Mm-hmm. Runner goes.
Ooh.
Throw down late. Everybody's going to be safe. That was like a pretty average effort from everybody.
Yeah.
The runner, the thrower, the tagger.
That was a 16-0 effort.
All the way around the board.
Yep.
Stolen base, though, for Karlovics.
So we're still on top of it.
Ground ball to third.
Ooh.
Gathered it. Mueller throws across. Got him all, Cade Miller. He's still playing baseball, though, isn't he?
He's got a gun.
He's still playing baseball. Gets that and throws a seed across the infield to get Hasapopoulos on a ground out to third. And that will do it. So nice job, Matty Bacon. He holds the New Richmond Millers scoreless again here in the sixth. They get no runs on the one hit, no errors, and one left. 5.5 done now at First National Bank at River Falls Field. It's 16-0 Fish. How's the Brew Crew doing? Not that you're not doing anything over there.
Good question. Let me go check. Got a little time here
against their rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Last night was a lot of fun to watch.
6-0. That was a fun game. They had that new guy pitching that tweaked his ankle in the fifth. He had a no-hitter, and he's throwing over 100 miles an hour just effortlessly.
Yeah, it didn't even look like the magnitude of the evening was even phasing him.
No, and the kid, what a tall drink of skinny water, though.
Yeah, what, 6'7", 190.
The kid was like a toothpick.
Totally. So the Brew Crew is up 3-1 in the top of the seventh right now. So that's
outstanding.
Good. Yeah.
Not that we want to lose a viewer here, but hey,
no,
that's a pretty good ball game.
That is a pretty good ball game. Yep.
So who do we have up? Benny Johnson, Chad Patko, and it's like maybe a pinch hitter.
Hold on, I was looking for the Twins score, but maybe they did they play today? Oh no, Twins are losing 9-2 in the top of the seventh. Sorry, Twinkies fans.
Them and the Millers tonight having a rough night.
Yeah. I have Eli, Chad, and Andy Metcalf. Is that what you said?
I have Benny Johnson.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's I did.
Benny Johnson,
yep.
Chad Patko, and Metcalf, but let's see. I'm not sure about the third one. We'll see.
I have Andy Metcalf right now, but that's...
Benny Johnson, good kid. He's in. Going to get a chance right here.
16-0 is weird.
It's a big score.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have a new pitcher. My fault. I was looking at... Steve said it, but I wasn't paying attention.
You know, we're over here talking about other things. You're looking at Brewers scores.
16? Oh, that's Tommy Riggins.
Tommy Riggins is pitching. We don't know who went to short, but Riggins is pitching. Ground ball right side. Second baseman gathers it, got him by 7 steps, and Benny Johnson grounds out to second. There's one down. Now we'll go to Chad Petco. Nope. Pinch hitter.
Okay.
Kale Bacon.
Kale Bacon. The best name in the fish.
Like, pick one. Kale Bacon. Yes, the oxymoron name.
Sure is.
1 ball and no strikes to Kale Bacon. Swings through, gets a piece of it. It's 1-1. So Bacon is in for Patco. Fouled away at the plate. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Kale Bacon. Here in the bottom of the 6th. This game actually is going pretty fast.
Yeah, it is. Considering,
yeah. Good way to empty the bench for the Fish, though. Get some of these guys some ABs, huh?
Yeah, this is a
little PT, a little playing time.
Yep, Kale's 4th at bat of the year.
The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. Oh, that's filthy, and he knew it.
He did.
Not even going to throw it around. Why would you?
You shouldn't.
And it's 2 down. So Bacon goes down looking, and he knew it on a real nice pitch.
Yep.
Off the arm of Tommy Riggins. Then we go to Andy Metcalf. Wind's still whipping, isn't it?
It sure is. I thought it kind of died down, but
Not now.
picked back up.
It did. Metcalf looks at a strike on the outside corner off the arm of Riggins.
That strike zone is
0-1.
huge.
It's
now.
big. It's 16-0 size.
Big.
Ground
Ooh.
ball. Too short. Gathered it. Throws across to first, and that's wide of the first base bag. And Andy Metcalf will reach on an E6. It's a good-looking beard on the kid, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's an adult beard.
It is. It would take me 8 years to grow that.
It's a good-looking beard. So Metcalf reaches on an E6. He's on. Then we go to Reagan Pinnow, who's still in the game.
With all the substitutions, this has been a good test for our new systems here. I think we're doing okay.
I think we're passing right now.
Yeah.
I think we have a 94 going on our
Ooh.
test.
I ain't never got that good.
Yeah, I know it. That hit him.
That did.
And Pinnow hit by a pitch, and he'll be on down to first. He saw that coming and just kind of braced himself.
Yep.
Because Elijah Baker now is who I have on my card. Let's see.
Me too.
It is Eli Baker making his way to the plate with 2 down and 2 on for the River Falls Fighting Fish. So how's Eli doing this year?
Let me see here. Eli's hitting $125.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yep, we did. Yep, he's had 16 at-bats. Now 17, I think.
Got a hit last time, so
Okay,
that's
well,
climbing.
That's climbing.
Climbing.
Should be closer to the Mendoza line.
Yeah, climbing. Well, 125 to 275. Well, I don't think one hit's going to get you there, but he's moving in the right direction. How about that?
They're really good at mathing.
The math ain't mathin'.
Give him the benefit. I was rounding up.
Yeah, big time.
That's how our contractors do it.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 in the bucket. Eli Baker's got himself a knock today. Fouled away at the plate. Now 1-2.
You wanted that one.
There are 2 on for the Fish. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th for the New Richmond Millers in 5, 6, and 7. Scribner, John Hasapopoulos, and Ragsdale. They need to put up a 7 spot to keep it going. I'm going to put 5 red chips on. That ain't happening. Grounder to third.
Ooh.
And shortstop gets it. Probably saves a run.
Yep.
And an infield single for Baker. Hey, Baker's got 2 hits, and with that, Bill, he's moving his probably up over the 150 mark now.
Right. So we're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
We got Charlie Griffin coming in
Chuckwagon, Charlie Griffin
for
in
Weston.
Charlie Griffin. I'm going to put him in there. And Griffin's in. We're in. Bases loaded for Charlie with 2 outs. Go ahead and square one up here, Charlie. Swings through it. It's 0-1 on Charlie Griffin. Live well is full.
Yep.
Let's see if Charlie can get one through. I bet this is his first at-bat this season, I'm guessing. He's a pitcher.
It is his 4th at-bat, and he's hitting .333.
Well, there you go. You must have 1 for 3, then he probably walked once, huh?
Yep.
Must be.
That's right. No, this is his 4th. This is his 4th at-bat.
So he's batted 3
1
times.
Yep, he has batted
1 for
3
3.
times. Yep.
How about another one right now, Charlie? That's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Charlie Griffin.
He's got to get a hit to keep his batting average at .333. That's Hall of Fame level.
He'd be above that. Then he'd be, 2 for 500.
Yeah. Dang.
2 for 4. That'd really jump it.
Ooh. Good eye, good eye.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yeah, the Fish probably have, 4 guys above 400? 4 or 5 guys? I would guess. Charlie fouls that away. We'll stick at 2 and 2.
It's a trick question because Chase McQuaid was exactly at 400.
So it's about 4 or
so it's 5 guys above
400 or above.
Right. For 6 guys with 400 above.
6 guys is 400 above. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it?
That's pretty good. No, that's really good. Oh.
Ooh.
Whammo.
Charlie.
Whammo Frisbee flips in there, and Charlie knew it, and that will do it for the Fish here in the bottom of the 6th. They get no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on. 6 in the books. 16-0 Fish. Yeah, speaking of averages, right? I mean, Major League. I mean, not a lot of guys hit 300 anymore.
No.
Like 200 used to be like, you're probably not going to be in the lineup. That doesn't matter that much.
Are you kidding? Now you're batting 6th.
Right. And if you have 12 home runs, it doesn't matter. You're in the lineup.
Right.
No, it's way different.
So we've got Henry Zimmerman on the mound now.
Henry Zimmerman trying to close the deal.
And I'll let you know what other changes we might have.
He was in left, so.
Yep. I don't know who's in left right now, but give me a second.
Who's on first? I don't know. Third base.
Cale Bacon went to second. I don't know if many of these matter right now. Caden Mueller moved over to short. Benny Johnson moved to third.
Yeah, I might not get that.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. I can't see who's in left right now. But
my card is full.
Yeah,
I'll just
that's
say
okay.
that.
And the defensive changes. So, oh yeah. So we have in left field. We have.
Look at Henry. He's having some fun out there. Look at Henry. He's loose. He's having a good time.
Is it Don LeDuc?
Dom LeDuc.
Dom LeDuc.
Where's Dom?
He's in left.
Dom LeDuc. He hasn't been in a game in a while.
I don't even have him on my bingo card right now. I got to add him. Oh, gotcha.
What did Steve say?
He was a losing pitcher on Saturday.
Oh.
Or on Sunday. And he's in left. I'm assuming, unless it's a insanity, we might not see him bat.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, boom.
How can you go wrong with Neil Diamond, right?
You can't.
Nope. So just to kind of do a quick around the horn, I'll just do. We got Henry Zimmerman on the plate. We got Eli Baker, Zimmerman on the mound. Eli Baker behind the plate. Pinnow on first. Cale Bacon on second. Caden Mueller at short. Benny Johnson moved over to third. LeDuc in left. Condon in center. And Griffin in right.
That's an unlikely lineup.
It is an unlikely.
But a good spot for the game as it sits right now.
Correct. 16-0 lineup.
And Henry Zimmerman's going to try to close the deal here, up 16. You don't want to kick this one, Henry. Ground ball to second. That's a nice play there. Yep. Gathered on to first.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Cale Bacon.
Attaboy, Cale.
Getting it done. Cale Bacon. I don't know, went blurry on it. There you go, Cale. Nice play out there, Cale, on that maybe 1 or 2 hopper. Makes a nice throw to first, and 1 pitch, 1 out. Good job, Cale. Hey, Chad Patko, look out.
Bro, no doubt. Chad, I'm sorry. It's been nice knowing you.
Cale Bacon moving in.
The crowd went nuts for him, too.
They liked him. He's got some fans here.
He does.
It's got a little hair on that. Nice fastball off the arm of Henry Zimmerman. That's about 82. 81, 82, I would guess.
I closed the window.
I had 81 on that one.
Okay, let's see where we go. 81, you think?
Yep.
All right.
No balls and a strike. The pitch.
Ooh, 79, so you got to be close on that other one.
Yep. 0-2 now. John Hazapopoulos. Hazapopoulos has a hit today. He's got one of the 4 hits for New Richmond.
Wow, 4 hits.
Zimmerman stares in, has what he likes, digs a little deeper into the mitt again, and here he goes. Tries to throw a breaking ball, misses 1-2. Well, folks, I'm glad you stuck with us tonight. Hopefully you've
thank you.
been entertained at some level and put up with our shenanigans. Some good fish baseball.
And fish stories.
Fish stories. A lot of fish stories.
Poor Bud.
Yeah, Bud, you don't want to. So the moral of the story is you don't want to build a live well out by the edge of the lake and keep your walleyes.
No matter how brilliant of an idea
that is.
you got to resist
because the family is going to love you,
yes.
right? You can invite people over and you have like fresh walleye.
But the DNR,
hey ma, go down and grab the skimmer net and pull out 5 nice 24 inchers, right?
Yeah, that would be neat to have.
And then you put those in the pan, just fresh, and your guests are like, "Wow,
they were wiggling 5 minutes ago.
Are these good?"
And the water's flowing through, so it's clean
and fresh.
It's brilliant.
It's a pretty good idea.
However,
that is not DNR approved.
No.
You could have put like some bushes in front of it or something,
or just not told anyone.
Right.
Ooh.
Just missed. But the way the setup is, though, right? You have to have an outlet hose, and if it's the closer to the lake, the better.
Totally.
You don't need a very long hose. You need a little pump, to get some fresh water in there. The 2-2. And swings through it. They're going to throw it around. Snap it around.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's Henry's out.
So what is a cow tank? Is that I don't know, is that 100 gallons?
Got to be close, or maybe more than that, but that's got to be close.
Yeah, so that was it was a cow tank, and it was about 3/4 of the way into the ground.
Because you got to think that's almost like 2 55-gallon barrels.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
100 and some gallons.
Right.
Enough to hold 50 walleye.
I've never caught 50 walleyes, so I'd only have 3 fish in that tank at any given moment.
You're not going to catch them all in one night, but over a summer, right?
And
and if, you don't get up there for a week or so and don't have some guests over, they start accumulating.
But it's okay.
You can't accumulate them in the freezer either, though, I don't believe. So we talked about that. Swings through it. Nice pitch off the arm of Henry Zimmerman. That's probably 78.
It was exactly 78.
Yep, there you go. You sound surprised.
I don't know why, but whenever you hit it on the button, I'm like, that's amazing.
No balls and 1 strike. 2 in the bucket. Fish is 1 out away from getting out of here with a W. The Millers came into this game 3-3 in the St. Croix Valley League. Fish were 6-0. Fish are going to go to 7-0. No balls and 2 strikes on Dan Ragsdale. Zimmerman pitch, check swing, no sail. Now 1-2. Yeah, Chris Miller says, all these changes keeping you guys on your toes.
Yeah.
But, Chris, you gave us the hot tip where to get all that information. We feel a lot more confident right now, Chris, so thank you.
Totally.
It's really good to see you tonight, too.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and appreciate the refreshments, and it's all good. Thank you.
It's always fun to meet loyal listeners.
Always.
And he's one of the best.
Ground ball back up through the middle. And that's in there for a 2-out single. Crystal, you didn't bring up cookies like Grandma Paulson did from Lake Nabagabagan
right
up north. She brought Grandma Paulson brought up some unbelievable cookies.
Homemade, delicious
you didn't
cookies.
The beverage is good, but the homemade cookies, you got a ways to go, Chris.
Yeah. Good effort, though.
Good effort.
You're on the podium.
You're on the whiteboard. Yeah, Grandma Paulson.
She's the best ever.
She brought up some unbelievable cookies. They were almost still steaming when they got up here.
Totally right.
I think I had like 9 or 10 of those. They were good. I looked up that lake. I'm going to bring the boat up there.
You are?
Yeah, that's north of Hayward.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
So that's north of 8, so I can go with.
You can. That's high. Oof. It's kind of by Lake Owen, north of Hayward. It's a little more east of that, but it's a big body of water.
Huh.
Looked very nice. There's about 5 resorts on that lake. I'm taking the pontoon and the kiddos up there at some point.
I'm glad you didn't go this weekend.
Lake Namagaban. I said it better in early spring ball.
Right, because we were saying it every day.
Yeah.
For 9 hours.
I have the accent on the wrong syllable right now. Nagamagan.
There you go.
I think that was something like that. Namagan.
I always want to say Namakagan, but I know
that's it.
Oh.
Namakagan. That's it. Namakagan. That's it. You got it. Ding, ding, ding.
See?
Yeah, it looked like I looked it up this past week. I'm like, hey, I need to get up there. That looks really nice. That's a big body of water. It's about a 3-hour drive. It looks like about 20 minutes on the map. It's like an inch. But it's 3 hours. I looked at that. I'm like, that's not far. It's like about an inch. Like 3 hours.
Be there in 4 minutes.
2 hours and 54 minutes up Highway 63. Through Spooner, through Hayward. And still,
there's a lot of distractions on the way up there.
And still keep going and keep going and keep going. You know it's far when it's turn off the paved road onto the gravel road.
Right.
You know it's pretty far north.
And all the Indian names, so you know you're up north.
Right. It's so far north, they don't even know Highway 8.
They don't know that rule.
No, they go south of Highway 8 for, spring trip. So I'm going to Namagan. Say it again.
Namakagan.
Namakagan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going there this summer. I'm waiting for a day over 70, though.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, right?
Maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a day over 70. We're taking the pontoon up there.
We should broadcast from the pontoon.
I would like to do that. That's a strike.
Now that we have Game Changer? We could just pretend we're here.
Yeah.
Kind of like Uke did, when he'd broadcast in Milwaukee.
Yeah, we could simulcast it.
Right.
It could be on Lake Namakan. Nakamagan. Yeah, that one. It's a lot of syllables. It's like starting to say Oconomowoc if you don't know. It's very similar to that.
Very similar to that.
3 balls and 2 strikes. That's high. He walked them, and they're going to load him up.
Hank.
Back-to-back 2-out free passes, and they're loaded up, and we go back to the top of the order to Tommy Riggins. Tommy's looking for his first hit tonight, and he's thinking, how about right now? You know, the new boat doesn't have a name yet.
Oh, that's right.
I kind of put that out there to the family. I'm like, we got to come up with a name, something spontaneous. Scott Mann back in the house, Southeastern Tennessee.
Wow.
A very long hiatus. Scott, I was getting worried about you, Scott. So good to see you online tonight. 16-0 Fish. Not a lot of good baseball, but we've got a lot of fish stories for you. Now we're into lake stories.
Oof.
Cued away at the plate. It's 0-2. Bases are juiced full of Millers. Henry Zimmerman trying to close the door, and we can pack up the bags and head home. It's a cool, brisk evening here in River Falls, Wisconsin. Game started at 55 degrees and a little rain. That's high. 1-2. It's not nice.
No.
It's a little better now because it's not raining, but pretty sparse crowd, smallest crowd of the year by far. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. Down low, 2-2. There's no place to put Tommy Riggins.
How do you get Riggins out of that spelling?
I don't know.
Me neither. Jeepers.
I have it phonetically on my scorecard, so yeah, he's got him. Foul tip, hung on to, pack the bags. And Henry Zimmerman gets Riggins on a swinging 3rd strike. He gets a piece hung on to by the catcher. And that is going to do it tonight. They do continue the shutout and shake a hand, huh?
Yeah.
That's a nice bagel they left up there.
Yep. Only 5 hits on the evening.
There we go. We'll get this right there for you folks. Stillwater Loggers in town tomorrow night. I don't have it on YouTube yet, but I think we might do that. Pending my wife's plans. 'Cause we weren't going to do it, so if there's something going on, and
have to check in with the boss.
If there's a better offer, we won't be here, but otherwise we'll do it. Kids are lining up to run the bases. Fish tonight have no problem with the New Richmond Millers. They win by a final score of 16-0. The River Falls Fighting Fish, 16 runs on 11 hits. They had no errors. Then the Richmond Millers, no runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Game time, 1 hour and 58 minutes. We started early.
Wow. Seemed longer than that.
Didn't it? See you, Chris. Thank you, man. Give me some. All right, we'll see you, Chris. Chris Mueller, he was here. We'll see him tomorrow night. Most likely, he'll be back with some more refreshments.
Awesome.
Kids are running the bases.
Not very many kids tonight, but they're still running. Still having fun.
Where'd they come from?
I don't know.
They came out of that clown car that pulled up out behind his lodge. Looked like they was carrying 3 kids, and about 90 pulled out of there. So that'll do it. From First National Bank of River Falls Field, Fish wins 16-0, goes 7-0 in the St. Croix Valley Baseball League. The Millers go to 3-4 in a game that, from the very beginning, not that entertaining.
No.
A lot
you
of
were.
I don't know. We had
your stories were great.
We had an opportunity to explore some areas we hadn't been before. How about that? But it's always fun. So, anyway, let's put a big red bow around this thing tonight. Fish win 16-0. The Stillwater Loggers in town tomorrow night. We might be back. We'll see.
So check your local listings.
Check your local listings, and we'll have it up. If we are going to be on here by 10 a.m. tomorrow, it'll be on our YouTube channel.
Perfect.
So, on behalf of the River Falls Fighting Fish Baseball Club, my great color commentator, your scoreboard keeper, and the guy who kind of holds this thing together, Mr. Billy Jensen, I'm Kevin Westhouse saying thanks again for joining us, everybody. And until next time, good night, everyone.